Good morning. We are live. Good morning. Good morning.
You're on the wrong microphone.
Okay. And
good morning. We are live and back again for another episode of the NFT Morning Show. Are you ready to discuss Blast, Portal Coin, and all the shenanigans that are going down in the market in real time? Your boy is out here printing cash. Me and Nick both faded Portal Coin. Turns out we can't claim it because we never assigned the wallet, and we are absolute idiots. Turns out, though, it would have been about $180. I did the math. So no skin off our back. We're here to ape Blast shitcoins, ape Blast NFTs, and just get degenerate as all hell on today's episode.
Dude, we're about to get blasted.
Get ready to get blasted.
Are you about to get blasted and boned? Node monks, dude, 0.44. This is, I'm fucking pissed, dude. Like, man, I can't look at this, man.
It is interesting seeing, and we'll talk about this later on in the show, but ordinals are somehow just continuing to pump. Meanwhile, my ETH bags are just getting absolutely blasted right now, dude. They're getting, I'm down bad.
You got boned and blasted.
Yo, today's blast episode, we're getting blast, is brought to you by The Daily Bone. Go to dailybones.com.
Why can't you say that with a straight face? Dude, just go explain on the whiteboard right behind you what the deal is. Head on over to
dailybone.com.
Daily Bones, DAILY, excuse me, BONES.com. Clemente is pulling up a whiteboard here where he's going to draw it out for you.
So here's what you're going to do. I'm going to teach you today how to make money and not get blasted on Blast today. So here's what you're going to do. The first thing you're going to do is, you see this right here? This is the TA analysis of what your bags are going to be doing.
Okay.
Blast right now, right? So what we're going to be doing is we're going to walk you through exactly how to do it. But the problem is you might get caught up in the Ponzonomics. How to avoid the Ponzonomics is going to be key. And we're going to be walking you through that in this demo, in this live training that you can subscribe to right now for $400 a month. Link in my bio right now to learn more. And
dailybones.com.
Go to dailybones.com for this exact training. And it's going to be free, but only for the next 15 minutes. Go to dailybones.com to learn more.
Oh, shit. It's free for 15 minutes?
Yeah,
free
for
15 minutes if I go right now.
Go
at
right
dailybones.com.
Dailybones.com for free. You can get this training. Anyways.
That sounds like an exclusive training for free at dailybones.com where Clemente is going to tell you how to navigate the Ponzonomics in a way that's advantaged toward you.
Yeah, the key is to avoid, you got to have quick feet, right? You see this movement that I have right now? The quick feet is extremely important to not get chopped out of this market, because what might happen if you're not quick enough, you can lose. Look, I put in my Sappy Seal was worth $6,000 2 days ago. Now it's worth $3,500. You see, my lesson learned, you got to have quick feet. You got to know when to get in and out. That's what they call me. I'm told I'm very good at getting in and out of things.
Okay, interesting. Dailybones.com. There's no ulterior sort of concept here. We're specifically talking about trading and making money. And get boned and blasted over at dailybones.com. This is all about finance. Nothing else.
Finance. All about finance, quick feet, maybe a little bit of relationship advice if we're really getting into it, right? Because what's going to happen, right? What's happening right now, frankly, is crypto has been hated on for the last 2 years. It's been an embarrassing thing to be a part of. It's ended relationships of mine. I've been told, I tell a girl, I'm trying to spit some game, and she's like, oh, what do you do for work? I tell her, hey, I'm a podcaster. I write the dailybone.com. Do you want to get dailybone.com? And she goes, oh, you're in crypto? Oh, God. But what's going to happen is over the next 12 months, crypto is going to get cool again. So what's going to happen is it? It's going to heat up, right? So
you said it was going to get cool again.
Oh, and it's going to be cool again, right? So
I see what you're saying.
Is all of these people that were initially seen as nerds, as dumbasses, bums. Now we're going to be the cool people. You're going to be rich. So what we're inevitably going to need to do is we're going to need to meet that need that some of our listeners have, right? Is they're going to need to know, hey, what do I do now that I'm re-entering the dating pool, now that I'm the top alpha, frankly, is what's going to be happening. So what we're going to do is
Clemente, you're going to be able to start dating women who have financial needs, not just physical and emotional ones. And that's the one which is that's where things get really powerful. Is it opens a lot of doors, Clemente. Suddenly you can get it's almost like pick them off the shelf. You know, that's like basically there's just a flat rate. Essentially, you can discuss what that is, what the retainer is.
I'll retain
and retain. You say, what are your needs? I'm going to fulfill them. That's what the situation is. That's called an agreement. Okay. So just think about that, man. There's all sorts of doors. There's a whole other world of opportunity that exists. And I'm going to be honest, there's plenty of that down here in Miami, Clemente. That I feel like literally a large portion of the dating pool is people with financial needs.
It is. And you know what I've been called actually is I will be a sugar poppy is what they've been saying. And frankly, I don't know if I like that, but yeah, I agree. Look, I actually, all right. And I'm not gonna get into this, but Nick and I went out to dinner last night and it was a good time. We were kind of, we were brainstorming a little bit of like, hey, how do we tackle this Miami dating scene? What's the most optimal thing we got to be working with here?
Clemente's in a completely different pool, though. I mean, you're dating people younger than I am, so it's entertaining to observe. Literally, so tomorrow's as we discussed, the 21st anniversary of my 21st birthday, which means I'm 2 times the age of what Clemente's minimum dating age. I mean, technically you're still able to date like 19-year-olds if you really wanted there, Clemente, but that would be
a little gross,
kind of inappropriate. But it isn't. Anyways, the bottom line is it's a different pool for both of us, you know?
You know what we can do, Nick, is we can actually go out with a mom and daughters. Yeah, wow.
Ooh.
Wow, a family affair.
There's nothing inappropriate about this conversation, by the way. Like this is just
back to Blast.
Yeah.
None of this has been about crypto is absolutely fucking sending right now. Solana's at $134. Okay. The target right now over the next week is 108.
So rich.
So we're just getting rich as fuck. By the way, I was gonna go hang out with Easy and Clemente this weekend. Pulled an audible. The sergeant is going down to St. Bart's tomorrow morning, okay? So I'm going to be hanging out on an island because Solana's price is just absolutely sending it. And your boy is just, it's not that expensive. My friend has a house down there, so I'm going to go hang out at his place.
Sick invite.
Pretty excited about that.
So we're getting a live look at Bull Market Nick right now, right here in the comments. It was just retweeted. Look at him just blinged out. Nick is going to come back from St. Bart's with some tattoos, some chains. I'm excited for it. But yeah, look, what you guys are seeing right now is a reaction. We're displaying our emotions, frankly, of the bull market. I woke up and it was, Coinbase notifications. I couldn't sleep. I had terrible nightmares that my wallet got drained. I can't sleep. I'm distracted while I'm writing the weather report. I see tweets about Cyrus making multi-million dollars.
You've been experiencing some stress lately, Clemente. I've been noticing Clemente under pressure. I went and looked at the newsletter this morning. Clemente was panicking about adjustments to the thing. I was just like, remove this one section, you're good. Like, it's not the stakes are high. It feels like. Is this what happened? Walk us through what your tennis career was like, and when did things start to go downhill? Did you realize that you weren't going to make it to the pro circuit?
Well, that's yeah. So long and short of it is the pressure.
Was it a similar sort of playbook?
What happened was the pressure was heating up. I overworked myself. I trained myself to injury, fatal injury.
Dude,
fatal.
I feel like you're running the playbook again here. You just step back, take a little breather, and just let things be, dude. Sometimes things break. When running a business, things break all the time. That's the number one rule. You got to be okay with shit breaking all the time. One day, Clemente, and you're probably going to beat me to this, you're going to become a poppy before I do, based on your Miami dating and the price action of crypto. And suddenly out of nowhere, you're going to have little Clementes running all over the place, right? And you're going to realize that they put some fucking crayon on the wall. One of them fell down, cracked his head open, and last night you had to like run to the hospital at 3 a.m, basically. But it's all good. Got some stitches. The kid's going to be all right, and they're not even going to have a scar when all is said and done. And you're going to realize that, like, dude, life is not actually all that bad, and it's all right. Like, eggs are going to crack sometime, you know? But
Nick, well, I appreciate the advice, and I'm going to try not to break under pressure, crack under pressure. You know what's not cracking under pressure is
what's that?
Our website is a skate deck drop is not cracking under pressure, and you can go enter right now. We are giving away 150 skate decks, blind box style. You can go to shop.bodoggos.com. The drop is live. For every Bodoggo or portal that you own, you get 1 ticket to the Pooch Prize Plaza Parlor. And you can enter right now. Winners will be picked tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. We're also doing a live giveaway. Go to check out the pinned tweet to find out more information. We're going to be running this. This is very exciting. Apio dominated this this merch buildup. We're super excited to be rolling this out. So go check this out and expect more information from us going forward. Shout out to Nick for crushing the code. Some people were telling me, you know, they're like, Nick can't code. Nick's a terrible coder. Nick is blah, blah, blah. Nick isn't ready for the big leagues. And I was like, hey, you know, Nick is a terrible trader. Nick shouldn't be giving you dating advice.
Nick shouldn't be running this business. He's a complete disaster.
No, guys. Can we just have some positive emotions today? It's a big day. There's good things happening. We're all getting blasted. It's great.
Dude, we're getting boned and blasted, baby. This is what's going on. This market is absolutely hot, dude. Solana up 12.66% right now. It's being Doge. It's bigger than Doge. It's destroying Bitcoin right now. It's destroying ETH. ETH rotators are suddenly moving back in to ETH or into Solana because they're trading back and forth like a bunch of stupid bozos. Guys, the trade still has not stopped here. The trade is still, you could still buy right now. $500 Solana is a reasonable expectation. Look, I'm spelling out the playbook for your boy to make $3 to $4 million in the next year and a half. That's what I'm aiming for at this moment in time. I'm up to like a lot of exposure in crypto. Call it 900 grand or something like that. I think at this point, a 3x from here seems pretty freaking reasonable on any of these things. I'm just like, my bigger issue, this is why I'm in Miami right now, is I'm like, do I want to pay New York for the gains that I'm having, which they've played no part in, and in fact been resistant to? That's like the real situation that we're dealing with right now, is just dealing with the absolute wealth that we're projecting over the next year. Watch me like absolutely like watch the market just like completely collapse, and we're going to be having, the show's going to turn back into, remember when we were rich, when we had the possibility of being rich.
Yeah, remember, we're about to get blasted, though. Either way, what's most important is today, staying focused. Like I was saying earlier, the theme.
Weather report.
Today, yeah, weather report. I'll throw it to you in just a second, Nick, for the weather report. But the theme for today, remember, ladies and gentlemen, quick feet, don't get stuck. Blast is moving fast. Blast is a lot faster to layer 2. It's going to be in and out. It's going to be a lot cheaper transactions. What's going to be important is quick feet. Stay choppy. Don't get stuck in one thing, because a lot of these things are going to be launching. They're not going to be quality, but you can still make money if you get in early enough. So make sure you're wired in. Get the best Wi-Fi possible. Do not get the slow Wi-Fi. Get in early, get in fast, quick feet. Anyways, Nick, over to you for the weather report.
Best time to hit the gym, by the way, is early in the morning, because degens do not wake up early. I'm just letting you know. If you're trying to work out in the afternoon, you're getting screwed, basically, because a lot of trades are going to be happening around that time. Yeah. 7 a.m., 8 a.m., that's when you want to be there. You want to bring that energy. I have a couple of days in a row of waking up early, hitting the gym. Dude, this is the energy that you need. Let's dive into the weather report. Do we have any sound effects for it? Because I don't have it. Like, the button's over there. I don't even have it set up on this.
Nope.
Good morning. Welcome to the Weather Report. It's your favorite host of the Weather Report. It's Nick O'Neill. ETH market volume 29.7 million. Solana volume 12.4 million. What's Bitcoin volume? Nobody knows because Clemente didn't write it in the Weather Report. NFT market leaders, Creeps, are up 10% to 5.3 ETH. Redacted Remilio babies up 19%. Savage Seals are down 22%. Well, I got wrecked. 1.17. Campai Pandas down 14% to 3.25. Sharks are down 15% to 6.7 Sol. And Bitcoin Puppets up 15% to 0.18. Man, I'm going to keep hating that, or am I going to buy it? That's the question that everybody's asking. Will I mark the top? Over the past 24 hours, crypto's in full heater mode. We're getting boned and blasted with Bitcoin up 5% to 62,700. ETH up 44% to 3420. Solana back up. It's just fucking cooking right now. We're at 134. It's up $4 since the weather report was written. Talk about feeling funny in my loins. Meme coins are also seeing a massive volume with Bonk up 35%, Dogecoin up 29%, and SHIB up 22%. You can check that stuff over at CoinMarketCap or just subscribe to our newsletter every morning at dailybones.com. Portal Coin has launched on Binance with Portal, currently trading at $2.50 per share, it's not a share, it's not a stock, not a security, of course. It's a token, giving it a fully diluted market cap of $2.5 billion. Holy shnikes, and various farmers and investors receiving 5 to multi-6-figure airdrops. How much did our boy get?
60 grand.
60 grand?
Yeah.
Who's our boy that we're talking about?
D-Train.
I was thinking about
Inevitable
Tenacious.
D, Tenacious D, something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he got 60,000.
There we go. Yo, shout out to Tenacious. Shoot me some money so I can enjoy my St. Bart's trip this weekend. Staking is launching tomorrow to gain access to token pre-sales, NFTs, and drops from brands. If you stake Portal into Crystal Dash, you multiply your points and earn more from their game token pool. Nodes, along with the March-April roadmap, are also revealing tomorrow. I did look at that chart. It's down only, right?
Yes.
Because people are just dumping the shit out of that, taking that money, taking that cash. I'm wondering if they have a backstop the same way that Jupe did. What's Jupe at, actually, by the way, before we move on? What is it?
55 cents.
Not bad. Over in Yuga Labs, the Apes Come Home event in other side has gone live, and players are able to freely roam the island however they'd like, and Bored Apes and Mutants. I didn't realize that Mutants could join. I wish I had done this. I think it's too late, right? Like you had to fill out a form in order to participate.
No, you can just join. I'm not fully plugged into this, but you can enter a clubhouse. Mutants and Apes can, and there's a bunch of different assets I can play. But please,
this is exciting. This is the first activation since Garga took over as CEO. With the launch day competing for attention alongside Blast and Portal Coin today, Daniel Allegre played no role in this whatsoever. You know, he was only CEO literally up till the moment that this happened. Clemente last night was like, what does this mean for Garga? I'm like, dude, Garga like took over a week ago, right? Like, wouldn't you say this development is falls on the shoulders of Daniel Allegre? Does he deserve credit for this? Okay, he's saying continue, not even answering my question. Lastly, Blast Mainnet will be launching today starting at 4 p.m. with over $2 billion in liquidity and various projects launching on top of it with a variety of rewards and point structures. Upcoming NFT mints include Blast Runners for 0.04 ETH, Blastodonauts for 0.01 ETH. All minting once the mainnet goes live today. What were you going to say? Easy, sounds like you're
just replicating what you said, where you said 0.01 meat.
Meat? Mm-hmm. It was funny when I said that. I think everyone in the audience is just absolutely dying of laughter. Easy from that one. I said meath. I didn't say weeth, guys. That's a knee slapper. Newsletter. The Daily Digest is posted to X every morning and is pinned to the top. An email to anyone that subscribes at dailybones.com. I keep saying the nifty.com, but who gives a shit at this point? You know what's going to happen. It's going to go to dailybones.com. This year is all about us promoting BoDoggos. I'm going to keep saying it. That's what it's about. And Daily Bones is part of the BoDoggos brand. Get boned. I don't know if we're going to stick with that as the tagline, but we're definitely enjoying it right now. Coinbase faced an outage yesterday due to a greater than 10x surge in traffic. My God. I mean, dude, with the price pumping like this, it's just absolutely incredible. We've never seen the chart is fully torqued. It's never been torqued like this ever. Dude, I've had sex in my life, but it's never been this good.
Congrats.
Believe it or not, I have had sex a couple of times, like literally like 10 times. Speculations build around an airdrop in March for MarginFi, the DeFi liquidity layer on Solana. Is that? I mean, that feels like a not. Can you give me a little more context here, Clemente?
Yeah, I didn't think you would be reading this, but this would be the moment where you'd go, "Yo, easy. Did you hear about this airdrop? Are you participating in it all? What do you make of this MarginFi?"
You want to keep running with it? You want me to hand it off to you? You want me to give you the ball player?
Yeah, I got it. Easy. Yo, what do you make of this, dude? MarginFi, March equals big. Do you feel like there's some potential airdrop coming? Are you participating?
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Absolutely. Yeah, MarginFi, lending, collateral, whole 9. This is great. Excited for March. We have some other airdrops on Sol. But I'm going to tell you what, Clemente, the only thing we're focusing on today is Blast. And that's it.
Get blasted.
Get blasted. And hold on, I'm gonna test one more sound effect. I know people have been hating on the sound effects. I got one more I want to test. I think this. Nope. Worth it. Oh, there we go. That's. So yeah.
Is that Theo?
Yeah. Hey, if you stacked, if you've been adding liquidity, hey, Portal Coin farmers be like, worth it. All right. Next story from
you gotta increase the volume of that sound effect, though, so it has a little more punch.
Okay. Yo, Cyrus be like, worth it.
There we go.
All right. Next story from Daily Bones. Zeta Markets teased an airdrop coming for Pith stakers. Easy. You staking that Pith?
No, I sold my Pith.
You sold that Pith. Well, you're not going to be getting that airdrop, buddy.
Doesn't matter. On Blast. Couldn't care.
Got it. Oh, he's already on Blast, and we'll be talking about that in just a second. But Bybit announced or unveiled a pre-market trading for their wormhole token. This will be coming, I believe, sometime in March. With the pre-market trading will commence in March 1st. So that's tomorrow. Next story, Mara, the NASDAQ traded, I believe is a Bitcoin mining company. They announced Anduro, which is a multi-chain layer 2 network on Bitcoin. Yeah, and this thing is going to be launched, and this is big news, I think. So shout out to Anduro and anyone that bought Mara. Nick, Miami Nick, worth it. Okay. Last thing, guys, I'm out of control today. This is just madness. But last piece, upcoming mint today, Puppet Maxi Biz. I realize, so whitelist phase number 2 is going to be going live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Make sure to get on it. BoDoggos holders are on it. We did a little allow list for it. Some people won. I forgot to give my Ordinals wallet to Guapo. And despite me pinging Nick and multiple people about it, I didn't even put it in. So I'm fading basically $500 here. But look,
let's see if can you verify if you're on the list?
Yes, I will send you the link to do it at some point during the show. But look, let's kick this off. Let's talk.
Dude, I just want to acknowledge the significance of this thing. Imagine if I ended up minting an OMB mint.
Why? Oh, because you've been hating on him?
Yeah, because just a bunch of squiggles. Remember that?
These are a bunch of puppet squiggles.
These are so this is Bitcoin puppets?
It's Bitcoin puppets and Ordinal Maximus. It's a classic double deriv. You know what I'm saying? So this.
Can you just post that link right in here? Just post that in.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you in here. I'm just gonna put it in the public chat. Why not? Hey, everyone else can check it out. Why do we have to make it public? But hey, look, let's keep going. Let's get into this. I want to talk Blast.
I can't copy that thing though. That becomes a little more difficult. But okay.
Well, let's talk Blast. Easy. I want to hand it off to you because right before the show, and by the way, the Blast mainnet launch is allegedly going live at 4 p.m. Eastern. We have a couple things to tackle in this, but Easy right before the show was saying that he already bridged to Blast. He said there's a way to get mainnet access. There's a way to bridge money over right now, basically. Easy. Are you on there right now? I believe you bought a meme coin on Blast already. What's the story? What's the ecosystem like over there? Give us a scoop.
It's chaos, man. It's absolute chaos right now. I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to act. I just posted a tweet that basically walks through how to do this in full. Because Nick said, Easy only cares about his bags. Me.
I mean, that is mostly the case, but yeah.
Me.
Hey, shake it off. Here we go. Let's keep it going.
So yeah, you have to use Rabby Wallet.
I'm not on the list.
All right. Well, you got to make sure it's the right one. Just ping me in the private chat. Easy, please.
So I use this Akita's organization Gitbook to send the ETH to an address that then sends it to Blast. So we're real early. Like this is really early. And so I did that. Tons of fun. Tons of fun. And then it took like 2 to 3 minutes. Wasn't the end of the world. Felt pretty good about it. Got it. Went on to DYOR swap.finance. Then I used the Rabby.io to send the Blast, which was like $20. And now I'm just aping shit coins. So Deck Screener already has a bunch of them that are listed on there. And it's pretty enjoyable, man. I'm not going to lie. It's definitely a little chaotic, to say the least. I aped Blast Cat, which was the first one. Just, see what happens here. But now there's probably like 40 shit coins on here. So it's going to be chaos today. You got to definitely chop your feet. Be conscious because a lot of these are going to rug, inevitably go to zero. NFTs are going to be popping off on it. There's going to be a lot of volume, a lot of liquidity, a lot of moves. And I'm even looking right now. There's 102 coins that have already launched on Blast.
Oh my God.
Yeah. How many?
102. So yeah, if you want to pull up, I just sent in the private chat the Deck Screener for Blast. We're now at 103.
Is Blast an L2?
Yes.
And what are they powered by?
What do you mean?
Like, did they build their own their own L2, or are they like is it like EZVM by Polygon or whatever? ZKVM, what?
Yeah, I mean, from my understanding, it's just ETH on Blast that's powering it. But that's it.
What I'm saying is, what is Blast? Like, Blast is powered by Blast.
Don't ask questions, Nick. Just know that we're getting blasted today. I actually don't know the answer. It's a technical question that I haven't looked into. And just as we're asking, Easy's camera turns off. But look, we did an AMA yesterday, Nick, about Blast in the BoDoggos Discord from someone that's been pretty in the weeds. And his take on it was basically that what's going to happen in the coming months is, and Easy's back. What's going to happen in the coming months is we're kind of going to see we're going to see Blast kind of kick off a DeFi summer like model where a bunch of stuff is launching. It's going to be chaos, and a lot of people are going to get burned. A lot of people are going to make a shit ton of money. But he did a deep dive into some of the projects launching today, and he's like, frankly, 95% of these projects that I'm seeing are all garbage. Like they're not high quality. They're very spammy. They're using these referral links, all this stuff that like Portal Coin did very well, but now is becoming like the super crowded thing. So just because things are launching, just because there's a lot of noise, doesn't mean you should be participating in it, right? Unless you have quick feet, right? If you have quick feet and you're able to get in and out very early and get at the very top of the pyramid, like we're drawing out here, get it in at the top of the pyramid, hey, you could be making some money, but a lot of these things are not going to be a long-term hold, right? So it's very important to keep that in mind. There are things that I'm looking at, like Thruster, for example, is very interesting to me. Thruster, I hardly know her. I'm very interested in looking at that, but other than that, like I'm not very interested in this. Frankly, that's why I got NFT exposure like the Wassies, because I feel like I can get Blast exposure through that. And then the projects that Wassies get points, bonuses, etc. I'm going to start monitoring. So that's kind of my filtering process for it. But I'm not going like balls deep as Easy is in Blast right now. But Easy, anything to add here?
No, I think you just got to be a little conscious of what you're doing here, because there will be a lot of money to be made and a lot of money to be lost. It's kind of like my thesis on this.
Talk about a thesis. There will be money made and money lost.
Well, it's just like, dude, you just got to like, don't ape everything and anything, because you're just going to light money on fire. The benefit is like, this is reminding me exactly of Base. When Base first started, like to a T, it was like you send money to a wallet, get the money back. You have no idea what's going on. You're just kind of chasing shit and seeing what's going to stick. But if the thesis exists, which is like my bet right now is just I'm buying the first meme coin here. And that's it. And we're going to see what happens with it. And then throughout the day, we're going to have NFTs drop on it. I'm curious to see what the first NFT platform is going to look like because I think that runs. We have Baja, which is launching, just a great meme, Baja Blaster, which is an actual DApp. There's a bunch of like the NFTs you talked about earlier, like something that you said about meat. I don't know what that was about. But yeah, I think overall it's like there's going to be plays today. And I think over the next 72 hours, which is exactly what happened with base, where shit really just ran for no reason. And it's one of those things where you want to stay active and look at it. Yeah, PopCam brings up Blastoise, another one that's going to be dropping today. Just stay active, make some cash, enjoy the ride, and don't get married to your bags here because this is a brand new L2 and we don't know where it's going to go.
Clemente, you need a bigger marker basically to make that board work because it's like nearly impossible to see what's actually on the board when you're drawing it. So we're going to have to buy you a very big marker, but I am liking this element. I'd like to counter teach with a whiteboard as well. I like this idea of us definitely whiteboarding out a lot of these plays. Look, I don't like the idea of chasing after these things. I do like the idea of getting a couple of key NFTs, but the way that I lost the most money during the last cycle was chasing a bunch of garbage, basically. So that was an entire situation. And like, it's good to chop. That said, there's two different categories. In Clemente, we were discussing this, I think maybe a couple nights ago. It depends on how much money you have. Post in the comments real quick if you're watching on YouTube. How much money do you have in crypto? Put it in US dollar terms. How much money you have in crypto? And because I'm curious from this standpoint, the bottom line is there's two classes of individuals. There's people that have, call it sub 50K. And then there's people that have, so we see a lot of 100K, 20K, 2 cents. Okay, that was a joke. 6K. Like a lot of people with 6 figures. 100 grand is pretty common here. There's basically two categories. I feel like if you're in the sub 50K range, sub 30K range, you're trying to get like a freaking 30K and you're trying to go for 100X is like what you're aiming for with this sort of situation. If you have 100, like higher than that, you're looking for way more, right? And so the play is, how much money do I want to make out of this, and how big of a gamble do I want to have? Look, also to the YouTube commenters, post in there how much in taxes you've evaded so far, okay? Like, just post that in the comment. No, I'm just kidding. In terms of the play right now, there's a lot of people that have like 100, couple hundred grand. I think really like the play here is, how do I make, everyone wants like a few $1 million. I don't know what everyone's target is. Clemente, what's your dream? Like, if you're like, hey, I'm having like, what's your dream situation to walk away with from this cycle?
To not have to take loans for groceries anymore?
That would be ideal. I would go end of 2025. What would be fantastic would be $300,000. So it would be a little bit, it would be like a 6X from here, 5X. Basically is what I'm targeting. I don't want to aim for anything more because I don't want to take the like insane risks to start getting into that. But yeah, that's kind of.
Sorry. So you have 60 grand in crypto right now?
50, 45.
Damn, let's go, dude.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, dude.
You got serious exposure. Yeah, so the thing is like, you're looking for literally, if you want a 5X, why wouldn't you just go buy Bitcoin and Solana and stuff like that?
It's a great point. I have a lot. I mean, I did a portfolio breakdown. I have like 40% in Solana, 40 to 50%. I've got, 20% in Bitcoin. And then I got $1,500 in Bonk. That's now worth 2,200, but it's locked up for another 6 months. I have some in Jupe. I got $1,500 in Jupe. I have $12,000 in NFTs, which is WASI, Sappy Seals, etc. So I have another, $2,000 in the super pack. But anyways,
well, the bottom line is you're really shooting. look, your goal should be, how do I make a couple $1 million, Clemente, with the amount that you have in there? Like if you have 50,000 or 60,000, you are looking for the like $1 million outcome. The reality is it's like your odds of getting the millions is going to be consolidated into a couple of like huge win options, basically. And so what you should do is like segment your portfolio. In my case, I did 30,000 that went up to 2 million, for example, last cycle. And and then came down. I ended up, I think, realizing $1 million or a little over $1 million. If you end up and then paying taxes on that. So if you, well, not all of it actually, because I was strategic, but you can you could basically like bet with like some amount, call it tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, you're making plays on sappy seals and stuff like this. If you're betting with like 10,000, 20,000, whatever it is, then like you shouldn't bet more than like 10, 20, $30,000, and you're going to lose 90% of those bets. But ideally one of them, it gives you that like, you're always targeting that like 20x or something like that, or 30x or 100x basically. And the reality is you're just not going to hit that the majority of the time. But if you get like $1,000 like bet and it goes up 1,000x or whatever, you're now absolutely killing it. You got $1 million. Or if it goes 200x or 500x, whatever it is, you just absolutely crushed your portfolio. So you just have to know what you're looking for. That I don't like the movement of like trading in and out of everything, because you're just going to get chopped on all of those different moves, basically. Like it's just not going to work. You got to just place your thesis overall.
Yeah. So and another thing that I'm thinking about is I don't want to be actively like I don't want to set up these insane expectations. Frankly, I look at not just the time investment, or sorry, the money investment, but the time investment in terms of trading, in terms of having to track all these things. Like I don't want to spend the next, like all of 2024, half of my time to be thinking about trades and getting stressed out about my investments.
So then your expectations are reasonable.
Exactly. So that's part of my thing is, dude, like, let's freaking just dominate BoDoggos and let's grow this media channel. Like that's frankly way more.
There we go. And let's give you a path to make, add 500,000 on top. You know what I'm saying? Like let's give you the, if everything's booming, you know, that's.
But on that note, like you were saying, hey, and guys, by the way, if you want the guide to take $500 and turn it into $2 million, I'm going to outline it in this whiteboard training that we're going to release at dailybones.com. So you want to subscribe, it's free for the next 15 minutes. Don't forget to get in there. So Blast, last thing I want to say about Blast, easy. You are already on there. You're fiddling around with it. It's going to be a chaotic day. This thing's going to be officially launching at 4 p.m. Eastern. You clarified something that to me, I was totally off about Blast. I was under the impression that the $2 billion in liquidity that's been bridged over there is going to be unlocking.
I'm hearing conflicting information on it.
Okay. This is a big thing to be like unclear about. Like what? So it's either
there's no clarity.
It's either $2 billion unlocks today when the mainnet goes live, or in May. My thought was it unlocks today, and I think that's the right answer because that would make sense to incentivize all this action. That would be, and we'll see what the comments say, but and then basically you get your points farming easy. You get the rewards from the points in Blast token at the end of May. So that's the way I looked at it. I'm curious what the comments will say, but we're going to kind of, the airdrop is in May. Easy.
Yes.
So I think that's the right answer. I do think 2 billion in liquidity does get unlocked today. The last thing that I'm watching for is, and we were talking about this yesterday in the AMA, is Blur. Blur has not tweeted since December.
Oh my God, fade him.
Watch, they're pulling a Doodles in the summer of last year. Remember when they didn't tweet and they turned into a whole thing? Blast is pulling a page out of the Doodles Twitter playbook, and they haven't tweeted since December 4th, back when they announced blend support for Lil Pudgies. What I'm expecting is a blockbuster tweet from Pac-Man, from this account, and it's going to be fireworks. It's basically going to decide the fate of what liquidity is going to look like for Ethereum NFTs. There's the one side of it where he could go very hard in the integration with Blast and Blur. That could be one track, which would be very bullish for our bags. And we highlighted more about it in the AMA. It's kind of technical. I don't want to get too much into it. But there's one side where it could be extremely bullish because there's heavy integration between Blast and Blur. The other side could be that Pac-Man just goes, hey, I want to focus everything on building Blast to be the #1 layer 2 ever and just dominate that. And if I focus too much of my time on Blur, I can't do both, right? But if he goes I want to turn Blur into the Binance of NFTs, freaking bags packed, sappy seals to, $50,000. I'm going to be a very, very rich man. Sugar Poppy. I'm going to be, downloading Hinge Pro. Dude, I'm going to be just freaking going sicko mode, basically, is what's going to be happening.
He's going to tweet, we all go on EJAC.
Yeah, exactly. So look, I hope my bags get blasted today. I hope they get blasted to Pacmoon. Just to wrap Blast conversation, Nick, I saw you tweeting about Blast yesterday. I believe it is a meme coin that you got into, that you are farming your followers for some additional liquidity.
Oh, yes. Thank you for bringing that up. And what is the code? Let's find that out real quick, Clemente. Thank you for bringing that up. And I highly suggest that everyone signs up using my code because it's absolutely important. It's at pacmoon.io/520479 for your invite.
So that's not what I was asking. That's what
everyone's going to want to go over. This is the straight alpha that I'm dropping right now. You're just going to head over to pacmoon.io/520479. That's what you were asking, Clemente?
No, but nice airdrop score, by the way.
Oh, you don't know what my airdrop is right now, dude.
Screenshot at 0.
That was when I started, dude.
Hey, what'd you make this thing on? Canva, dude? You
what?
You make this graphic yourself, Nick? Anyway, so this is Pacmoon.
I'm happy with my current standing. I think I'm in the top 1,000 on here.
This tweet did very well. When I first saw you tweet this, I was gonna message you. And I'm like, dude, stop barbecuing your impressions for Pacmoon, because
Clemente's been like doing well on Twitter, and suddenly he thinks that he knows all the plays. All the plays. You don't have all the plays, player.
Okay. Look, and you have been on Twitter for very long. We saw you talking about how you bought Bitcoin and Mt. Gox for $200 and you sold it for a 2x at $400. So
like a beast.
Yeah, you've been in the game. You are a seasoned veteran.
Yo, I'm so old that I got money out of Mt. Gox.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's literally crazy.
When we're going to be going on the mother-daughter dates, the mother is going to she's probably seen Bitcoin. Dude, she probably saw the invention of cars, right? But the daughter, the one that I'm going to be seeing, is like, hey, we're going to be more Instagram.
Invention of cars. My airdrop score is not showing up. I don't know what's up with this. I think the tool is broken, but I'm pretty sure that I'm somewhere in the top. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
I am ranked 1894, not that high.
Hey, you're going to get there, and maybe some of the people listening will use your referral code. I want to talk crypto price action because, frankly, this is pretty insane what we're seeing right now. It's basically just meme coin mania, and I was kicking myself because I'm like, what am I doing? Basically, my thought process, I'm like, dude, what am I doing? Grinding, researching, trying to trade NFTs. I should just be plowing it into meme coins, which is the ultimate top signal, by the way. I did not do that, but like, you look at Bonk, it's up 50% in the last 24 hours. Mog, I was looking at Mog. It's pretty much done a 6x in the last month, which is absurd. Dogecoin is up 30%. So we're seeing a resurgence here of the meme coins. I think it's going to be very interesting seeing how this area of the market starts playing out, given that retail literally has not paid attention to this at all. So Dogecoin, this Dogecoin thesis that we've been talking about, is this going to make a resurgence? Could we see it back at 50 cents? But Nick, I don't know if, again, you're the meme coin, you're the senior meme coin representative. So I'm curious if you have any take on what's going on in the meme coin department.
Dude, I haven't been paying attention to this at all. I do have a wallet with it. I don't know how much I have in any of these tokens at this point in time. Bonk, definitely the big one. What's the market cap? It's the 62nd largest. How big is SHIB relative to it? So go check out Shiba. It's now bigger than Shiba Inu. No, it's 5x away basically. I don't know if I want a 5x, I feel like I can just get Solana at this point still. I have WIF, I have Bonk. I think that having exposure to that makes sense. I don't have that much. I have Bonk. Wow, I have $1,850 of Bonk. That's about it right now.
$1,800.
$1,800 of Bonk.
Nick, stake it. If this is money you're just okay with sitting, stake it for 6 months because you earn a yield on it. There's a bunch of stuff with it. I think it's going to be a good play. I staked mine for 6 months. So I put in, $1,500. It's now worth $2,200 just from price going up, but I'm just going to stake it for 6 months. This could be end up being a 10x if it gets to a $10 billion market cap. But, look, I think this is going to be a very interesting play if Solana continues to play out. But
you're spelling out the play that I'm describing, which is I'm saying if you take 30 grand basically and you put it into some of these different things, that you would have had the exact trade that I'm saying where you walk away with $1 million+ like that's the path that you have. We've been sitting here in the market basically saying the tokens that are going to move. It's as simple as that. Bonk. A lot of people are in MOG. There's people that are in WIF. Those are like the three things that have had exposure. All that you need to do is put 10,000 each into each of those. Take the remainder of your money, put it into Solana, Bitcoin, and ETH, basically in that ranking. I have Solana, Bitcoin, ETH in that order. AVAX being another one, which has. How far do we have to all-time highs? 10x easy?
Yeah. No. AVAX?
Yeah.
4.5x.
Okay. So you still got 4 or 5x here to all-time highs. There's straightforward paths here for you to go for your you're being conservative, Clemente, with your estimate. Even take 10 grand of it and put it into some of those things. You know what I'm saying? So can you pull in that board so we can actually see it? I'd like to see what you're saying there. So
it's written backwards. Don't chop. It says MOG, WIF, Bonk, AVAX, and then I drew a penis also just for fun. But those are the kind of 6 things I've written. But the most important one is the one at the very top, which says don't chop. That's the number one thing to be watching for. Like I was saying, keep your feet moving, buddy. Right, like this. You see this? You see how jumpy I am right now? Dude, if you could see my full.
Did you book the paddle court for us?
No, because I thought you were going to St. Bartholomew.
Oh, I am going to St. Barth. What am I talking about? My bad.
Yeah. Come on, way to rub it in our faces, dude. Hey, but easy. You and I will play, dude.
Great. That's all that matters.
We'll be hanging out. Anyways, cool. Well, I appreciate that, Nick. I put in $2,100 into AVAX last night. I cleared up some liquidity. I'm making moves here and there. I sold a bunch of Microsoft stock last night, making another, $5K coming in the next 3 days.
Every financial advisor suggests that you should sell all of your retirement funds and just throw it in IBIT.
Yeah, look, if the reality and the reason why my sleep hasn't been great is because I'm dealing with it's a tumultuous time for me, right? I'm not a big we're dealing through a lot of change right now from an organizational perspective. We're upgrading, but it's a transition period, right? There's that I'm dealing with which is causing a little bit of stress in my life, frankly. Right?
I appreciate the transparency, Clemente.
It's that, right? So there's that kind of pillar that I'm dealing with. It's a transition, which is going to upgrade majorly the way we operate as a media company, which I'm excited for. The other side is my financial life, right? As you guys know, I've been partaking in smoking a little bit of the devil's lettuce recently. That has shed some light into some very interesting financial decisions that I've been making recently, and they've been playing out very well. Because what happens, what I've realized when I partake in the devil's lettuce smoking is that I enter a reflective state in which I don't usually enter during my day-to-day. So it's been very beneficial. So that's also causing some a little bit of a different transition period. So there's a lot of change going on in my life, frankly. And the last one is my dating life, right? There's a lot of Miami. Miami's kind of a crazy world to be operating in, and there's some things that do well. There's other. I'm learning a lot, but it's a little bit stressful, right?
How does it compare to New York with your dating life?
It's fantastic, dude. I mean, it's compared to New York. New York, I would say was kind of snobby, frankly, right? It was kind of, they would walk around. They have these outfits, they're at the gym like, ah, yeah, yeah. They have they show up to the gym, dog, in these full on like freaking bodysuits, and I'm like, holy shit, like, full head of makeup, their hair's all done, nails, and they're lifting weights, like, and I'm like, holy shit, like, they're gonna see it. Meanwhile, I'm wearing some random shit. I'm not looking very classy, right? But I come here, and frankly, it was a very Caucasian demographic, right? Meanwhile,
in New York,
Lower East Side.
Okay, well, I would call New York slightly more diverse than being a primarily Caucasian city, but there are a lot more Spanish people or Latin people here in Miami. So you do get a lot more of that. It influences the way, but you're saying that people dress up in New York. Bro, Miami, people are like dressed to the nines, dude. Like they're ready to go.
But it's more my culture. It's more of my type of people, right? It's much more approachable. The thing about Latina women is, at least for myself, I have experience. I grew up with Latina women in my family. My mom is Latina. I'm Chilean. Right. So to me, this is something I'm more familiar with. I feel more comfortable. And frankly, I can feel like I can be myself a little bit more. Right. So that's what I've been experiencing. But it also is a work in progress. Right. It's something I'm not familiar with. So anyways, look, that was today's dating segment. I just want to be open about that. And that's kind of why it's been affecting my sleep a little bit. Right. So yeah, those are the things I'm dealing with. So look, even though it's a bull market, there's things that you deal with from a mental health perspective, right? You get less sleep. You feel FOMO. I've been getting distracted during some calls recently. I found myself checking crypto price action during a meeting where we're supposed to be focused. We're building the future of media and entertainment. And meanwhile, I'm checking what Bitcoin's doing, right? So I caught myself doing it. I'm like, Clemente, you're better than that. So anyways, look, so it's a bull market. Things are moving. Ethereum NFTs are dumping, like we were talking about, and it's not great. I want to talk Portal Coin because this is, frankly, the biggest story over the last 24 hours. I would argue it's bigger than Blast. We have creeps are up to a 5.5 ETH floor today.
You had said that they would be at 7 within like 3 days. What happened to that, Clemente?
7 days. I was at 7 to 8 ETH. I think they could still hit it. It's literally all dependent on how much Portal Coin allocation they get. But easy. I want to throw it over to you on all things Portal Coin. What have you made of this launch? What are you noticing from a price action perspective? Are you surprised that it's sitting at $2.50? Is this going to continue to trend down? Is it dependent on the white paper they release, etc.?
I think it keeps going down. I mean, they said there's a big announcement tomorrow. People speculating if it's PUBG or Dota 2. That's kind of where we're at. It's like if their announcement tomorrow is big and gets people excited, then it sends. If it's mediocre at best, it's going to get ugly quick, man. It's going to get real ugly real quick.
And well, we're seeing it right now at a 2.5 fully diluted market cap, which is actually not bad. $2.5 billion. The regular market cap with the circulating supply is 400 million. Honestly, that's not like crazy to me. When you look at strictly trading, easy, right? When you look at this $2.55, do you think this has any chance at rallying? Like, would you touch this with a 10-foot pole and be honest?
No, I don't want to touch it personally. Like, think about it. All these people are getting these unlocks. Right now, it's like, why would I want to buy into this when what we're seeing right now is just constant sell pressure?
Fuck
like
no!
Basically. Yeah, I think that's the best way.
Worth it.
What's the can we get the price action on Ape in comparison?
Yeah, pulling that up.
Enhance.
Pulling up the Ape price action as we speak. Sergeant.
Cadet, please pull up the price of Ape on the screen right now. Is it $1.96? It's been hovering at around $2. That puts the market cap at $1.18 billion. with a fully diluted of 2 billion. What was the FDV of the other token we just had, Portal? 2.6. It is overpriced. Cadet.
A Portal coin is overpriced.
Yeah, although both of these could, I guess, theoretically pump. The question is, do you want Portal or do you want Ape? You could have both. I mean, both at this point are basically like gaming tokens, I guess, is that how you would categorize this?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's probably the best way to talk about them.
So like all that you're looking now is at the different gaming tokens. Like Portal's one. I think that theoretically you have like chain specific gaming tokens where I think like Avalanche, Immutable X, there's a couple of others that feel like they're probably going to correlate with a gaming pump. The whole idea of some of these, I saw someone be like, that whole narrative is a bunch of bullshit. I kind of agree. Because narratives in the token space are just a bunch of nonsense anyways. You can make a fuck ton of money though. And like don't fade the made up narrative, but you have to like be realistic about the fact that it is a made up narrative. Like we don't have like it, the market is moving regardless of whether or not the games actually materialize, you know? And so that's like what we're dealing with at this point is just we're still in the same speculative place that we were in 2020 or 2017. Dude, we're 7 years later and we're still dealing with the same bullshit, but there's actually starting to become more things that are actually that are practical. And I really think what we see instead is just the network effects of people. We were discussing this last night of people understanding the network effects of the basic values of some of these chains. And really, there's self-custody is one thing that's at the foundation of it. I think provenance is something that's also really important. People don't really ascribe a ton of value to that outside of with NFTs, but there are people. We were discussing rare sats last night. I got a tweet cooking on that one basically, which essentially I've kind of come around to it in the sense that there's these dollars, and this is, I'm going way off tangent. Sorry about this, but this whole show has been just a complete tangent. So we might as well lean into that. Basically, there's like stamps that are on these dollar bills. I don't know if you've seen them where it says like, go to this website, type in the code, and you can see where that money has been before. And you can write something about, like, you can check in with that code essentially and say, where are you? And write a little note. I think the exact same thing happens with on chain, where you can see where that money has been and like monumental, like, or like historical moments in time where that currency has been exchanged. The problem is it's like the history of money heavily predates the history of like blockchain, but there could be for now, there could be a world where some of those things become actually historic. And that's why I think the rare sats thing actually does have some significance. Basically, it's like an old penny is essentially what you're dealing with. And you're just dealing with old pennies. And I think there's some really interesting stuff, but the play with all of this has always been like, if you bought baseball cards at Mickey Mantle, you weren't flipping it for the next like 6 weeks, 6 months, 2 years, whatever it is. That's just not how it works. You have to like sit on these things for 50 years. But everyone in this space is going for like the short-term pump. There are short-term like wins to have. But yeah, I have someone who's like, of course, the creeps. Your take on this is completely wrong.
We have had historically, I mean, at least for me, I faded a Portal coin from just how annoying it was. I didn't, the price action between the annoyingness and the how well it played out actually did very well. There's not usually a correlation between the spamminess and this farming-esque. I don't know. It played out very well, but on the ordinals note, easy. What's very interesting to me is we've seen on Ethereum NFTs and Solana NFTs, when the underlying crypto token pumps, the NFTs then usually reprice, right? When something giga pumps, the NFTs then reprice in US dollars, like we're seeing on Ethereum right now. What we're seeing on Bitcoin is they're continuing to pump. And I don't know if it's because of increased liquidity. I don't know if it's because of the fact that it's a slower chain, right? That things take longer to move. But we're seeing NodeMonks, for example, pump 10% in the last 24 hours on the back of Bitcoin pumping. We're seeing Bitcoin puppets rallying.
Puppets up further since we started this show from 0.18 to 0.192.
Yeah, it's absolute madness what's going on, frankly. But easy. I'm very curious what you make of this price action. I'm learning so much from the ordinals ecosystem right now. I'm shocked.
Higher for longer, Clemente.
Can you, like, what's your thought process for this? Because frankly, I don't understand it. Why are these continuing to pump despite Bitcoin repricing? Is it because it's new, it's still exciting, it's sexy?
People are starting to realize too that there's only going to be so many good ordinals, in my opinion. Like, go ahead, Nick.
We've been so wrong on a couple of our takes. I see commenters talking about Portal. We may be wrong about Portal. We faded way too hard the ordinal side of things.
Yep.
Like, just in terms of not taking action, it is absolutely painful how that's gone down at this point in time. It's been absolutely painful. Honestly, guys, in the audience, many of you are smarter than us. The smartest people are honestly hop into the BoDoggos Discord and look at the people that are keeping their feet chopping because they're on top of the market. Pick up a BoDoggo, hop in the Discord, chat with the people that are in there. They're chopping.
They're already aping blast meme coins aggressively.
And they're giving you the playbook. Where do you think Easy comes up with a lot of his plays from? So
literally, I take a lot of my alpha from that Discord. And there's many times I'll take that alpha, go research it myself, and then if it makes sense, double down. But like, this is how I got onto Blast. Literally in the first 1,000 transactions, we bridged over because someone in the BoDoggos Discord said, here's the playbook. Obviously, there's some risk inherently because you're going to end up taking some bad trades and losing money on some dumb shit. But like, they're on top of everything. They were wicked early on base. They airdrop farm the ever-living shit out of everything. Like, I don't think there's a more active trading community of people that are trying to make it in crypto than the bodega, than what's going on with the BoDoggos Discord. If you hold a portal or a dog, I would bet any amount of capital there's not a more active community of people from all walks of life and all ranges right now, where some people have $1,000, some people have $500, some people have $100,000, interacting and just trying to make it. Like, they were on ordinals early. Bunch of them hold puppets. A bunch of them hold those Nan cats, which went from 0.02 to 0.08. And Bitcoin, a 4x is an insane amount of capital, and they walk you through it. It's the friendliest group of people that will literally be like, here's how you do it. It's open. It lets you ask questions. It lets you learn, and they share the resources. It's where I spend so much of my time.
Dude, so here's something that's crazy. NodeMonks, they go up 10x from here. I'm gonna throw this out. Like, this is how wild I'm going to go. Clemente is putting his face over his hands. It may just be on the price. Well, put it this way. The price of Bitcoin, okay, let's say at the Pico top, it'll be worth 1 Bitcoin at 250K Bitcoin or something like that. Maybe even higher. Let's say 2 Bitcoin. That's where I see it going. Clemente thinks I'm ridiculous with this.
So you think hold on, I want to get this written down on the whiteboard because it's very important. You think
no one can read the fucking whiteboard, dude? It's so far back.
Sorry, so you said NodeMonks to $500,000. I just want to put that on the board. That's your take. NodeMonks to $500,000. Yeah. Okay, very interesting. Going on the board, by the way. You can't read it, but I'm writing this down. Okay, that's a very, very interesting take. If I'm being honest, you should put your money where your mouth is.
I'm going to.
Oh, let's go.
You're buying one?
I'm not this second, but I'm going to. Yes, I got to move my Bitcoin over from my ledger over to a wallet that I can buy this with.
Yeah, but the very last thing I will say on the BoDoggos Discord is, frankly, initially, I'm going to be honest. I'm
throwing all my money in. Okay.
The BoDoggos community is a diverse, I would say sarcastic at times. They have a very interesting humor. I first got in there and I got hazed a little bit. It was
a rite of passage. If they bully you, it's bullish. If they bully you, it's bullish. It means they like you. Like, it's growing pains. If they tell you you're a piece of shit and to shut the hell up, it means that you're gonna fit in great. Like, I'm sorry, but it is. There's a few people in there that when they type, 40 people comment, dude, shut the fuck up. It's like, dude, okay. And then the guy responds, ha, yeah, you guys are right. So what are we aping? It's camaraderie at the end of the day.
Look, I would describe it.
One team, baby. BoDoggos.
It's a team of hustlers. It's a team of people trying to navigate this way through this world called cryptocurrency, and
Yup.
NFTs, and it has its ups and downs. There have been some very troublesome times in there where I've gone in there and I go, hey guys, I just lost $4,000. What do you think I should do? Right. And they talk me through it. They call me a dumbass, right? They call me a punk ass, but you learn, right? You harden.
Joseph says this sound is toxic. And I'm gonna be honest, it does. Who the fuck is moderating this community?
Clemente.
No. I'm yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, I am moderating that. But frankly, look, we did a blast AMA yesterday, and it was some super hot fire. Some people are going in there. We're building the people that you're going to see leading the next charge. Some of those people you're going to be asking for alpha that are going to be dropping some super hot fire are going to come from the BoDoggos Discord. We are harnessing, we're building this evolution of badasses. But look, before we wrap, the last thing I want to talk about is Solana NFTs. Again, Solana NFTs, another dump. The only thing that I'm seeing a little bit of pullback, right? Which happens when Solana sees a 15% pump in one day. Easy. Before we wrap, what the hell is a MutantMon? This is an SPL 404 token, I'm not mistaken. They have some egg mechanics. I know you made money on it, and you own some, but I'm curious just if you can give us a 60-second rundown of what a MutantMon is and why people should care about it.
So it's a liquid NFT. So you can actually swap the NFT for the tokens and swap the tokens for an NFT. So you're basically reminting a new NFT when you swap the tokens. You're burning the NFT when you swap the NFT for tokens. So many people are actually taking like the gamified approach here where they're burning the tokens and trying to hit a rare. And if they don't get it, swapping back in. So it's just hyper liquid NFTs that are backed by a liquidity pool.
Interesting. Got it. And you have exposure to this, right? You've been...
I have like 3 or 4 of them, yeah.
And then there's also like the reminting, right? So people are kind of playing back and forth where, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can sell into the liquidity pool, or you can sell for the tokens and kind of remint to try to get a rare egg, basically.
Yes, and that's what we're seeing. Like some people take the 3 soul, now 2 soul because soul's pumping, and actually swap that for tokens and then use the tokens and try to buy or hit a rare. And then if they hit the rare, they sell it for like 7. So it's pretty solid, I will say. Pretty solid.
What I like about it is, I mean, frankly, I think the Solana NFT space does need a little bit of life in it, some new stuff. So when I see something like this, obviously this is happening on Ethereum. I had experience with it with the Chiblings, with the Wasi nuts, but I was paying $45 in gas fees every time I was transacting with it. So this is definitely something to be monitoring. Obviously, I can't say anything about MutantMon, whether it's going to go up or down. It did hit 3.6 SOL yesterday. Now it's at 2.2. Definitely worth monitoring.
It hit 6 yesterday?
No, 3.6.
Oh.
I do like them. I like the eggs. They remind me of like some Pokemon kind of style, old school gaming. Especially with the
Dude, fuck this.
You're not a fan.
I mean, I'm just thinking of like you're holding gold and you're looking at shit basically, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go chop in. Your only question needs to be, am I going to get a 50x on this thing?
Right.
Are you?
Well, look, I don't know. Very last thing
you think you're gonna get a 50x on that thing?
I wanted to know what it was, frankly, so I can be aware. Like, again, Nick, the theme of the show, feet chopping. I'm not going to hold this thing for 6 months. It's okay. Maybe I dabble in here. Maybe I can get a quick 2x because it's fast moving. Before we wrap, don't tell me we're not back yet. This alien Cryptopunk just got a $14.8 million bid. Let's go. 4250, 4,250. Nick, how do you feel about your Cryptopunks floor of 200,000 United States dollars?
It's not high enough, dude. I feel like.
Would you sell? Like, are you just holding this thing forever, or like if this thing hits like $1 million, $2 million, you would actually consider selling this thing?
Bro, people are going to be shocked at what I sell mine for, but it's going to be sold. I don't want to forecast what the number is going to be, but let me just say it's going to be below what everyone's expecting because dude, I have a play. Look, if I can buy an apartment for straight cash, I'm going to buy an apartment for cash. One of the best things you can do is have a piece of property that doesn't that outside of taxes and maybe condo fees or whatever you're paying is the only costs that you're paying on an ongoing basis. if you can get your cost of living down, you're rich. Basically, that's like the foundation of everything. And if you can do that early, in as early as possible in your life, you're going to be rich forever, basically, because all of the money that comes in is just upside at that point. So my math is just math that can get me an apartment. Dude, someone's saying not on NY though. No, that's not.
Yeah, get out of New York.
Is not going to buy the apartment. It's going to buy a chunk of it though.
I saved $500 by moving to Miami per month on rent, and my apartment is 3 times bigger. That's kind of crazy.
Are you actually taking that money and saving it?
Yeah, dude. Or what do you think I bought AVAX with last night, brother? What are we doing here, bro? What do you think I've been writing on this thing right here? I'm doing the math between difference in additional AVAX that I can buy from the amount that I'm saving. And hey, I don't have an Equinox membership anymore. I'm not spending $300 a month on a gym membership where those chicks are showing up with the full bodysuit, the makeup, the nails, and they're lifting weight. Frankly, I can just go down.
Got it. So your assessment was from Equinox in Lower Manhattan. Dude, I mean, come on, man. That's not a fair assessment. You might as well have been going to the Soho Equinox or something like that and just hanging out with models and feeling like shit about yourself. That place is like an Instagram shooting place. Like that's literally a Instagram studio.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And I didn't like.
Oh my God, Clemente froze.
He got blasted.
He got blasted, which actually means that
I like the scrappiness. You know, I go down to my gym.
Oh, he's back. Now he's gone.
I'm back. Let's go. Here we go. I don't know what's going on here, but hey, that's our show, everyone.
Dude, I gotta go work, man.
Thank you all for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow, same time, 9 a.m. to close out the show. Make sure, don't stop. Again, keep chopping. Dailybones.com. Don't forget. We'll see you all tomorrow. Have a